This Transformers 96 here covering a rumored wave for Marvel Legends. So I do this every now and then when there is a solid rumored wave for Marvel Legends, and the reason that I do that is because a lot of the times the rumored Marvel Legends waves are true. I would say more times than not they are, which is pretty impressive, and I'm not quite sure where they're rumored from, but it does seem to be that a lot of the times that they are true, and here we do have a lineup with even product numbers for these characters. So I would guess that this is a true wave. It seems like a true wave based on the characters that they've chosen, as well as a lot of times that it is. And they're obviously going to do a Spider-Man wave to correspond with the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. So this makes sense to me. So I'm going to treat it like it's true. So let's talk about it, but obviously take it with a grain of salt because possibly this is not a true wave. But we'll see. So let's talk about it. So first of all, we have the Cosmic Spider-Man, which is the character on the top left there, which looks really cool. Like the artwork that I've seen of this character looks awesome. I'm really excited for it. But when you have to think about it in toy form, it's not going to be super special. I mean, it's going to be just a repaint of a normal Spider-Man body. Considering there's nothing that seems to be sculpted on it, it looks like they'll just repaint it. And then the blast effects that they'll give him, they're probably going to give him something like this. Like these blast effects. If we're lucky, we'll get the cooler ones like this, but it still doesn't matter, they're not super special. So I do hope that they redesign blast effects specifically to kind of go in that kind of Atom, Jimmy Neutron type of design that they have going on there. I think that would look that would be pretty nice, and that would make it a bit more different than just having a repainted Spider-Man yet again. However, I do think that the paint job does look really nice. So it's been a long time since I've looked forward to a Spider-Man figure, just because I have so many versions of Spider-Man, and they're all just repaints, and it's just freaking annoying. So, I don't get excited for Spider-Man repaints too often. However, if there was ever one that I was going to get excited about, it would be this Cosmic Spider-Man. I think that it is really unique looking. So, usually I could care less about the Spider-Man figures in a wave. However, this one I am pretty looking forward to, I must say. So now we have Moonknight. Moonknight is obviously a very big character, so a lot of people are going to be pretty excited for this figure. This one, that it's nice, it's just not one that I'm like super stoked about. I think that it's obviously going to be a repaint for the most part. Probably, well, it'll definitely have a new head, and then I would imagine that they would do a new cape. I can't specifically picture a cape that would work really nicely for Moonknight that they've already done, so I would imagine that they'll resculpt a cape, which could look pretty nice. I hope that they do it quite grand and they don't do it super simple. That could make him a little bit more interesting if he has a grand cape, but that would be quite nice. And then obviously paint, I would believe, is pretty standard considering Moonknight doesn't have too much paint on him. Then we have a character that I'm not quite sure what it is, and it seems like nobody's quite sure. On this list of figures, it is named Dead No More, which is, I did look it up, and that's either like a comic series, a small comic series, or like some sort of Marvel event. There is something titled Dead No More, but it's not a specific character. And then I have seen also people, when they were reporting this rumored wave, they called it Dead Meat, as they were reporting the name of this character as Dead Meat. However, there isn't a character named Dead Meat. Like if you look it up, the only type of dead meat thing that comes up, and the picture that everybody was using for this announcement was this picture right here, which it doesn't make sense. It looks like Venom is attacking some random guy and it's just saying that he's dead meat, so I'm not quite sure what this character is whatsoever, so I really can't comment on it, but who knows what that's going to be. If you have any information or of a character it could be based on that title, I would love to know it in the comments if you don't mind. Then there's Beetle, which is quite nice. They seem to be putting a lot of focus on the Beetle characters, I have to say. We had the Ultimate Beetle in the, I think that was the Green Goblin wave. Yeah, the Green Goblin wave, the Ultimate Green Goblin wave, which was quite a couple of years ago now. And then we had the Woman Beetle figure in the Absorbing Man wave. So now we're going to get a classic, regular-looking Beetle. I think it's funny that they did the two more obscure Beetles before they did the main one. But hey, that's fine with me. I'm sure that he'll have the Wasp wings. I doubt that they'll redo the wings. Probably be mainly a repaint, maybe different gauntlets or kind of gloves, maybe a little bit different, and then obviously a new head. I like Spider-Man villains, and this is obviously like a C grade villain. I would consider him in like the same class as like Jackal. You know, they're pretty low villains. However, I'm pretty happy. I mean, any villain that I can get that's somewhat unique with the Spider-Man kind of rogues gallery, I'll be happy with. So I am looking forward to Beetle. He's not one that I'm super stoked about, but he is interesting. And then the one comic book figure in this rumored wave that I'm most looking forward to is Tombstone. I do like Tombstone quite a lot. I would consider Tombstone, you know, I don't know if I'd say that he's an A Spider-Man villain, but I would say that he's definitely a B Spider-Man villain, but a good one. You know, I really do like Tombstone. He's basically an albino crime lord, and he's pretty big and pretty tough. My only concern is how they're going to make him, because I could easily see them just put a new head, a Tombstone head, on like the chameleon body, you know, and that's just not going to work for me. Tombstone should be a big guy, so I would like them to actually do a new mold, like a big mold with a suit. I think that would have been really nice. Or if they want to go with the different type of look for Tombstone, which I have both of the pictures there, but the one where he's got like the jacket with the massive collars, and you know, he's got some tears in his suit, and he's got, you know, spikes like on his belt and on his wrists and things like that. So they could go with either version of Tombstone. If I had my choice, I would probably prefer a suited Tombstone, just because when I think of Tombstone, I think of the suited version a lot more than that kind of like punk version of Tombstone, basically. So I would hope that they go with the suited one, and I would hope that they do a new mold for it and make it a bulky mold, because Tombstone should be quite bulky. You know, he's obviously, he kind of keeps his cool, I think, you know, in a lot of scenarios, but when he does fight, he fights well, you know, because he's a big guy. So I hope that that's represented in the figure. So I'm super excited for Tombstone. He's one of those Spider-Man villains that I do like. You know, he's not like amazing, but I do like him. So I am happy to see that he is most likely going to be made into a figure, considering there's not even like a 3 3/4 version I have of him or anything like that. And then there's 2 movie Spider-Man figures. Now, no name of these figures have been released yet, so we can only guess as to who the 2 movie Spider-Man figures will be. Now, the first obvious, and it's a no-brainer, is obviously Spider-Man. We're going to get Spider-Man. I would imagine it'll just be a repaint of the Civil War Spider-Man that was released in the 3-pack. Although I do think that there are some slight differences with his new suit, so possibly it'll be a new mold. We'll have to see, though. It might just not be worth it for them to sculpt an entirely new mold, because I think the differences are pretty minor. Now, as far as the other character, there's a couple possibilities. First of all, it could be Shocker, but I seriously doubt that. It could be Vulture, which I'm really rooting for, and I think is probably the best possibility. And then it could also just be another character that we haven't seen yet. And by that I mean like maybe Spider-Man wears like an Iron Spider-Man suit for like one battle in this movie, or he has some different version of his suit that he wears for like one scene, and maybe that's what it is. Or maybe possibly there is like a kid in this movie that could be playing Miles Morales, so possibly they're hiding the fact that Miles Morales will be in this movie, and maybe that'll be a Miles Morales figure. I'm not quite sure. I think that there's those are definitely possibilities, but I don't think that they're the most likely. And I think that Shocker, if they're going to do a villain, I don't know why they would choose Shocker. He's going to be a very small villain in this movie. So I think that the most likely choice is going to be Vulture. This is extremely exciting for me. I'm super excited for Vulture. Like I keep saying in these Marvel Legends videos, I love Spider-Man villains. Obviously, Vulture is an A Spider-Man villain. He was like the first like real Spider-Man villain, actually. And to finally see him come to life on the big screen is going to be super exciting, as well as being played by Michael Keaton is awesome as well. And then the concept art that was released of Vulture looks fantastic. I absolutely love the design of Vulture in this new movie. So that's why I'm just super stoked for figures. I'm dying for Hot Toys to make them, and I am really excited and hoping that he is the figure in this wave, and we'll get a Marvel Legends Vulture as well. The only thing that's kind of holding me back is that his wings look massive in this comic book art, or in this concept art. The wings just look insanely big, so like I don't know like how it's feasible that he could be in this wave other than like the Build-A-Figure. However, from what I've seen, he has like a specific product number Vulture, which means he can't be the Build-A-Figure. So most likely he is actually just a regular figure in this wave, which means maybe, you know, this is just the concept art and the one in the movie doesn't have wings that big, or they are going to give us wings and they're just kind of going to break them down in package, just like they did with Falcon. However, you know, these wings just look so massive. Even if they broke them down, I just don't understand, or I just don't see Hasbro doing that much for one figure. So that's my only kind of reason to doubt that possibly he's not the figure in this wave. However, I think that he is the most likely choice as the second movie figure in this wave. So yeah, so we'll have to see. There was rumors that this would be shown at New York Comic Con, and it hasn't been. However, every now and then Marvel Legends brings out some new figures like a few days into a Comic Con. So possibly like at the last day or something, they'll show like a couple figures of this wave. Who knows? But I'm very excited for this, and it obviously will be out close to the release of Spider-Man Homecoming. But it looks like a solid wave to me. I think that Cosmic Spider-Man and Tombstone, I think, are really nice. I'm looking forward to them quite a bit. Beetle and Moonknight, I think, are going to be nice figures. Whoever the Dead No More figure is, I can't really comment on him. And then the two movie figures, I'm really looking forward to, and I'm dying for Vulture to be that other figure. That would be amazing. And then if Vulture is not the Build-A-Figure, what the Build-A-Figure could be, you know what it could be actually, is they could be doing like a movie Spider-Man and then a movie Shocker, and then the Build-A-Figure would be the movie Vulture. I didn't think about that. That is a possibility as well. Who knows though, but I don't care how I have to get it. I just hope that Vulture is in this wave. That's the thing that I'm most looking forward to. So let me know what you guys think of this rumored Spider-Man Homecoming comic book Marvel Legends wave. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, and thanks so much for watching.